Have you seen the IRS Dirty Dozen list? The majority of people have not. So I was going to do a get ready with me video about the Dirty Dozen list, but I obviously do not wear a lot of makeup. So we are going to do a get ready to take my chicken outside with me video. So the IRS has a list on their website. It's called the Dirty Dozen, and it is the current 12 tax schemes that they are focusing on. And they focus on these 12 tax schemes because they are what they consider to be the most harmful to their ability to collect taxes during the current tax year. Right now, they currently have bad social media advice on their Dirty Dozen list. Say bye-bye, Stripies. So I'm going to talk about that. I don't know if you've seen the videos, I certainly have, about the advice that if you purchase a vehicle in your LLC, that you can just write it off. You can save a bunch of money in taxes. That is not true. That's one of those really bad pieces of social media advice that if you get audited, you're going to get in trouble. So, can you write off your vehicle? If you're using it for your business, yeah, you can write off at least a portion of the vehicle. There's different ways to do that. I'm not going to go into that in this short little reel because I don't have time. So you can write your vehicle off if you use it in your business. However, it actually doesn't really matter typically who owns the vehicle. It doesn't necessarily matter if your LLC owns the vehicle or if you own the vehicle. If you use it in your business, there's ways to write it off. So you can't just write off the whole thing. You've got to determine how many miles you drive it in your business versus personal. You can't just go get a $500,000 vehicle and expect to write it off. That's not really ordinary or necessary from an IRS perspective. But you can get a nice vehicle, and if you drive it for business, you can certainly get a tax deduction from that. If you want more information on how it actually works versus just getting it in your LLC's name, I have a video on my YouTube at The Tax Pro, and hopefully this was helpful. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll see you guys next time.